Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Chai with Gary. I must say, I'm very disappointed, Gary. How are you feeling today?
Bro, disappointment is an understatement, I think, at this point. I think we've gone past disappointment, we've gone past expectations or what Manchester United can do. I think the most frustrating thing is that to lose is one thing, but
Yep.
to go and lose by not even putting in an effort is just unacceptable, I think.
Oh man, I was boiling with rage this morning. So I've gone through that different stages of starting with rage to coming up with, you know what, I couldn't care less because I can't let this ruin my day, right? So let's start off with giving Arsenal some credit. I think they came up with a game plan. They played well, and I think they executed to perfection.
Bro, they came out with a game plan that we discussed about.
Yeah,
We knew how they were going to come
exactly.
out. We knew how they were
Exactly.
going to come out.
Yeah.
What did I tell you? We need to set up to attack. What did
Yep.
we do? We played McTominay there.
Oh, bro. Oh, God. Look, I want to break this game down as in a structured way, right? But I'm so angry whenever I think about this game. I don't even know how. I'm trying to retain some sanity when I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Yeah.
So, before we get into the analysis of the game, let's give Arsenal their dues. I think they played really well. They came up with a game plan. Arteta did what he had to do. But one thing I think we didn't discuss or we didn't envisage is them having a lot more possession. I kind of felt we would have a lot more possession, but that didn't eventuate like the way I planned. Um, Now, having given those guys credit, starting lineup.
Okay, so goalkeeper, no issues there. De Gea.
Yeah,
The back four. Look, I told you we needed to play one fast central defender.
yeah,
We decided to go with Lindelof and Maguire.
yeah.
Fine. Midfield.
I
We
yeah,
played a diamond. We decided to play a diamond. Okay. You had a good enough lineup against Leipzig, but
yeah,
what do? We decide no, it's not good enough. Let's chop and change. So we take Fred, who played on the right side of the diamond, and we
yeah,
moved him into Matic's role,
yeah.
and we brought McTominay to play where Fred played.
That's right.
And then what did I say? We need to bring Van de Beek there
Yeah,
to start to create chances.
yeah.
What do? He played Bruno. Okay, Pogba, like he didn't have the best game, but I think with
Well,
all
yeah. Go on,
with all
sorry.
due respect, I think the whole midfield just didn't work for us. We like kind of lost it in midfield. Um, Up front, Rashford again. I said we wanted to have Cavani there.
Yeah,
Rashford started up. We just couldn't hold on to the ball, man. We just couldn't hold on to the ball. We gave it up too easily.
yeah.
There was, too many killer passes or lack of movement to hold on ball. Looks very lethargic to me. It looked like we were not interested. Maybe I don't know what it was.
Dude, at there were periods towards the end of the first half. I had a feeling we were playing against Real Madrid in their Zidane, Beckham, that era of Real Madrid. They went through our midfield like hot knife through butter, man. It's just non-existent. See, in all, credit where credit is due. I don't think the game would have seen more goals if not for the penalty. I don't think Arsenal would have won some 2-0 or
It
something
would
like
have
that.
it would have been a nil-nil draw.
Exactly.
It wasn't for penalty, but the thing is, on paper, when you put both teams head to head,
Yeah.
dude, we've got a much better squad there. We've got a much better squad. We had no one there, and yet they somehow managed to play us out the park. Like, what's
Out the
going
park.
on?
Out of the park. Out of the park. And you know where my blood really started to boil? Okay, you've given up one goal. And guess what the substitutions are? First of all, I think he waited too long to make the substitutions. And then guess who he calls out of the game? Fucking Bruno, right? I don't know what you felt about the substitutions.
How McTominay lasted the whole 90 minutes is beyond me. I just don't
Bro,
understand. Like he basically did nothing. He was so slow. He couldn't pass. He couldn't pick a simple pass to Pogba or Bruno. Like it was just I don't
what
even know how we started the game. Like we had I don't understand why he decided to change the setup that we had
against
from the
Leipzig?
Leipzig game. Yeah, like it was so we played
Man,
coherently. There was clear thought about how we play, the game through the midfield. We kept
yeah.
on to possession, and then we came into this game. It seemed like, for whatever reason, McTominay had to start. It just baffled me with his team selection. So I was not happy. Like it was just bad across the board. Like there's not one player who can come out of this game and say that they played with passion or
Yeah.
they did the best they could. Like it
Yeah.
was just completely disjointed. No one looked interested. It was like they were just waiting for the final whistle to blow and go back home.
Man, I tell you
And that
what, when he bought out, when he substituted Van de Beek for, Van de Beek for Bruno, I was like, what does, what was he thinking? What was he thinking? So you take away your only legitimate chance creator.
Bro, but okay, that's one thing, but why wait until the 70th minute? Like, this should have
Exactly.
happened half time,
Exactly. So McTominay
right?
should have come out halftime. Man, if it was Mourinho and this guy would have put in a performance like this, I think Mourinho would have called him in about 25 minutes.
That's
100%.
it. Gone. Gone.
Gone.
Like, completely gone.
Because you
So, I
saw
don't,
the. Yeah, go on, sorry.
yeah, I just don't know what's going on now because you look at the game, um, it seemed like a lot of the players were not interested.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a case of Ole's truly lost the dressing room. Uh, I
Look,
just think that
I don't think it's the dressing room issue because you can't win a game 5-0 and then play a game like this. There, there has to
yeah,
be something to it.
they're just not interested, man. Like, half the time his tactic is like he tells players, okay, you go out and do
Do
what
what
you
you want.
do. Yeah, like I mean, what is that? Like, there's no instructions, there's no team what do you call it? A work method, a framework on how the team needs to play.
Yeah.
It's just like go out there and go and freestyle. Do what you
Yes.
do best. Like how long can you keep up with this?
Man,
Like
it
And
was.
Arsenal have a much, much, much inferior team to us.
Yeah.
It just frustrated me that if we had lost the game, I'm fine with losing, right? But
Yeah.
the thing is, to lose
Yeah.
playing like this is the
Yeah.
most frustrating thing for me.
Man, I think in the whole game we had 2.5 shots on target, right? I mean to say half because it hit the post. That's the closest we came to score.
And that was from Van der Beek as well.
Yeah, and
You know,
it's been 4 home games, 1 point from possible 12. Can we do any worse?
look, man, this is actually relegation form. Okay, if you
Yeah,
look at it, we've not won at home yet in the Premier League. We've taken 1 point.
yeah,
Uh, and next game we've got Everton.
yeah,
After that, I don't know who we're playing after that. But we've got tough string of fixtures coming up still. We're not out of the woods yet, and we're getting to this
Gary,
point
Gary,
where
Gary. What stuff? Anything is tough for us right now. We are 15th or 16th in the table. Everything is a fucking difficult fixture. You're playing everyone on top of the table, right above, who are above you in the table. There's no easy fixtures. Not with this squad, not with this manager.
you know what I'm like I've gotten to a point where there's no point being frustrated about it. I think
Mm.
I've come to the point where I just think it's time for him to go now. I think he's done his best. Look, all credit to him. He's taken us as far as he can. He
Yeah,
stayed the ship after Mourinho left it the way it was.
yeah,
There's a squad, and now it's come to a point where he's reached his potential. I think,
yeah.
and there's that Yeah, it's time for him to go.
Okay, now assuming the board won't sack him, right? They won't sack him tomorrow. They won't sack him in a week's time. They might probably December time if the string of results continue. But how can we improve? What would you have done differently in this game to at least
Like, okay,
better the
so
performance, if not win the game?
let's go back to the preview we did, right? We spoke about how Arsenal would set up the
Yeah,
formation, right? They're going to set up as a low block team. They're going to wait for us to attack, and then they're going to hit us on the counter. Now, we know United's always had this issue where we can't break down low block teams, right?
yeah,
So then in the summer, we go ahead, we get Cavani, we go ahead, we go and get Van de Beek, now we've got a well-rounded team of players that are well suited to low block teams. Okay, but the issue is Ole has got this thing where he's got his preferred set of players that he wants to play all the time, and those players are not suited to play against low block teams. Okay,
no,
players like Bruno, players like Rashford, players like McTominay, these are all players that you play on the counter attack. Okay, players like Pogba, players like Van de Beek, and players like Mata are all players you play against low block teams. Now the issue I have is that for this game, he's played none of the possession based players. So when you don't play possession based players and you play in a counter attacking team and they are sitting so far behind, how do you expect to break down teams? You cannot. It's not going to happen. So logical thing for him to do was to start Van de Beek,
yeah,
Pogba, and Mata maybe even I'd
yeah.
say in midfield, and then I would play Cavani up front and have Greenwood there to kind of support him. But
I'm sick of this favoritism, right? I'm sick of McTominay's preference. I'm sick of Maguire's preference. I'm sick of Rashford's
would
preference.
McTominay start in any other top six Premier League team? That's what I want to know.
He wouldn't start in the top 10, let alone top 6. Do you
So
think he
what's
makes the Everton squad? Because I think Everton will round up the top 6, right? I mean, uh, Everton squad, he's not going to start. Tottenham squad, he's not going to start. I don't know. Jose likes him maybe, so he might give him a start here and there. He's
yeah, but
not
it's
going
not
to
going to
start
start. It's not going to
City and
start.
Liverpool. He's not going to start in Arsenal, right? He doesn't start at Wolves. Where's he going to start? You tell
Uh,
me, man. It's top 6, no, top 10. He's not going to start. Dude, what
yeah.
frustrates me is he's still fucking sitting on the bench, dude. He's not sitting on the bench. He's bloody starting
And
every.
he's starting against Arsenal. Okay, one of our rivals, and you put up McTominay on the starting lineup. I mean, that's why. I mean, for me, man, that's it, man. I'm done with Ole. I don't care. Like, I just think like he's just clueless. He doesn't understand tactics. Like even I understand. I don't even have FIFA license and all that. Even you understand things better. Like it's just what's his actual qualification?
But Gary, this should have been something they should have thought about before giving him the full time offer, right? There's no point if you change the manager now, you're back to where you started. Well, you'll have to bounce if somebody like Poch comes in. Yes, you'll win some 5 6 games in a row. You'll develop, but then they're not going to back him. It's the same old story.
Yeah, but okay. Pochettino, he did. I would say he's a lot better because he did wonders at Southampton. He did
Correct.
wonders at Tottenham
Right.
because the budget that they had in those teams were a lot smaller.
Correct.
And I argued that Manu have a much better squad
Mm-hmm.
when you compare against the likes of Tottenham and Southampton. So for me, I think getting him, well, I think he's going to do a lot better um, uh,
Yeah.
than Ole. I don't think there's a question.
I mean, dude, I tend to agree, right? A part
Arteta,
of me,
Arteta has been there
yeah,
for what, a year now? No, not
yeah,
even a year, 6 7 months,
yeah.
and he's won the FA Cup, man. He's won the FA Cup with Arsenal. What if he won Chai in 2 years?
Um,
3 semifinals last season. Knocked out of 3 semifinals. That's what we've achieved.
Gary, it actually pains me to think about all of this, right? It does. It does. And then I I'm fucking clueless, dude.
Anyway, man, it's done. We've got Champions League coming up again
Yeah.
midweek.
Yeah. Well,
Well, that's one tournament I think we'll do well in. Hopefully,
well, dude.
or am
Yeah,
I
I
getting
guess.
overconfident?
I look. Dude. The problem is if you're not a coached side, right? And I'm just gonna say this before we end the video. If you're not a coached side, you don't have a system you play in. So all you're dependent on is individual players and their brilliance, right? Because you're not coached. All your performances will reflect the inconsistencies that is there inherent with every player, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Had we been slightly better coached, we would not probably have like the 5 nils and a 1-0 loss. We would have had like a constant 2-0 wins or 1-0 wins or whatever like that. We would have been at least stable. At least you know what you can expect. And that's probably something that we could expect with a Jose Mourinho squad or a Van Gaal squad. You know what they're going to do,
Mm.
right? In this Ole squad, I don't know what the fuck, what to expect. Do I expect a 5-0 like a drubbing, or do I expect a 6-1 loss to like we had with Tottenham? I don't know. I don't know what to expect because as a primary, the primarily because of them not being coached. That's the end of
Yeah,
it. It's the end of
yeah,
it. I'm like, do we have to go again and change our manager? We should have done this last year because we went through the exact same circumstances. Start of last season, before we started putting up string of
yeah.
results
Look,
together, we were struggling.
you're definitely right. We all we have is a team of individual brilliant players, with a coach who's poor. So his go-to method is to just tell the best players to do their thing and hope for
Do this
results.
thing.
Like it's only so long you can sustain it because you can't have 11 players all on form at the same time of the period.
Yeah.
It's impossible. So it's going to get to a point where players are going to go to troughs where they are off form, and then this is what you get.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Anyway, anyways, dude, I hope your day gets
yeah,
better. But
it is what it is.
yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. Please press a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Until next time, this is Chai with Gary.